Spoilers show that Trina Robinson is not the first nice girl placed in a dangerous situation due to her love interest, and she won't be the last. In many ways, she may be the most level-headed young person in Port Charles, next to Cameron Webber, that is. But that seems to fly out the window as soon as Trina is in close proximity to Spencer Cassadine. I, Sybil the Psychic, hope to see if this puts Trina in the devil's crosshairs, Spencer's grandfather, Victor, by examining the crystal ball, laying out the cards, and reading the tea leaves. I plan to predict what's coming up for Trina, Tabiana Ali. But I make no promises because, let's face it, it's not an exact science, and I'm not really that talented. Okay, let's take a plunge into the unknown. The crystal ball shows that Trina Robinson has been pulled into a riptide of danger thanks to her budding attraction to the young Cassadine heir, Nicholas Alexander Chavez. By following Spencer to the haunted star, she has stowed away only to find herself in the middle of a deadly hostage situation. Victor Cassadine, Charles Shaughnessy, is ready to rid the world of most of its population, especially anyone who gets in his way. The crystal ball sees Trina taking a huge risk, but danger lurks nearby. Will true love prevail? Let's see what the cards have to say. Trina pulled the devil card, which hints that going down the wrong road could lead to entrapment or worse. That is not good. It does not foretell doom but does scream caution. Negative forces are blocking her progress. The outcome could be negative or positive, but one thing is for sure, it will change her life forever. Can she defeat any fear that gets in her way to overcome the odds? Trina is a strong young woman. Loyalty is second nature to her, and when she loves, she gives her heart fully. The card warns of unhealthy relationships. Is it with Spencer, his family, or maybe Trina herself? Does she have what it takes to hold her own against Port Charles's most notorious bad guy? Personally, I, Sybil the Psychic, am in her corner all the way. I am a sucker for the underdog. The card hints that maybe Trina needs to dig deep and find the courage within. Stay hyper-focused on survival and do not let any illusions or any personal problems get in the way. Avoid impulsive actions. Think like the enemy and be true to yourself. Most of all, be ready for anything. The devil card is worrisome, and Trina cannot let fear overtake her. She needs to muster all the power she possesses to go up against the biggest bad guy of all and win. No matter what lies ahead, what happens next is life-changing or life-altering. In reading these tea leaves, I, Sybil the Psychic, spy triangles, which indicates an unexpected positive outcome. Perhaps Trina will receive some assistance from an unexpected source that will turn the tide in the nick of time. Perhaps the young lady is stronger than she ever imagined. Some may say that the age of the soap opera supercouple is over, but General Hospital looks to be defying that rule with Spencer Cassadine and Trina Robinson. Although their romance started off painfully slow, it's in full swing now as they bring back young love on the run, something Luke and Laura perfected back in 1981. Does that make Spencer and Trina the next Luke and Laura? Thankfully, no current GH fans have watched Spencer, Nicholas Alexander Chavez, and Trina, Tabiana Ali, grow from tentative friends with Trina not even knowing this boy's real name to a pair with a painfully slow build that Luke, Tony Geary, and Laura, Jenny Francis, did not have. One half of that long-ago supercouple also wasn't recast not even a year into their story, forcing the writers to put the brakes on their romance until viewers could get used to Ali's take on Trina after watching Sydney Michaela play the part for several years. It might have seemed like torture waiting for Spencer and Trina to finally kiss and admit their feelings for each other, but it was the right move. Now that they are an official couple, their appeal is much more apparent, and the chemistry that some viewers didn't see before has become palpable. While Spencer and Trina are the star-crossed pair trying to bring down the Cassadines and save the world in 2023, Luke and Laura were that couple in 1981, sneaking around the haunted star in an effort to find out just what this insane family was up to. They captured the imagination of fans everywhere, appearing on countless magazine covers with audience members of all generations cheering them on. GH looks like it wants to pass the L&L torch to Sprina, even having Laura talk Trina through navigating the haunted star's communication room as she did more than 4 decades ago. Heck, Trina is even wearing a pink gown similar to the one Laura wore during the original Ice Princess plot. However, with Spencer and Trina, there is nothing to mar their love with fans more than 40 years into the future. Sadly, the same cannot be said for Luke and Laura. Luke raped Laura. That is how their romance began. While the show tried to rewrite that rape as a seduction after fans fell in love with the chemistry between Gary and Francis, there is still no way to escape the reality of what happened. First, through the magic of the internet, fans can watch Luke rape Laura as Herb Alpert's Rise played in the background whenever they want, right on YouTube. You can even see the scenes right after where Laura reported what happened to her as just that, a rape. Then GH tried to erase it all as Luke and Laura became a pop culture phenomenon, with their 1981 wedding becoming the most watched soap opera episode in history. Fans who watched then and who still watch now can acknowledge that Luke and Laura's story was magical after the whitewashing of their beginning, while still admitting that Luke's actions were absolutely horrid. In 1998, the show finally addressed that elephant in the room when Luke and Laura's teenage son, Lucky Jonathan Jackson, learned that his father raped his mother. That knowledge changed Lucky forever, as well as Luke and Laura's marriage. Reality had come back to bite them, but that is never a reality that will ever bite Spencer and Trina. Yes, Trina is in love with Laura's very own grandson, a young man who has Luke's last name as his first name, and like Luke and Laura, they are trying to save humanity from Victor Cassadine, then played by Thao Penglis, now Charles Shaughnessy, minus his big brother, Mikos. But this is their love story, not Luke and Laura's. They are unique in their own right for a myriad of reasons that have nothing to do with an older disco manager falling for a younger, married college student who worked at said disco. While the comparisons between Spencer Cassadine and Trina Robinson and Luke and Laura are understandable, they are not entirely valid because Spencer and Trina will never have such auspicious beginnings, and that is something we can all be thankful for. The author's opinions on GH are his and his alone. They're suitably scathing, fairly humorous, and normally bang on target. When it comes to General Hospital, every fan has their own opinion, and Soap Hub is no different. For 5 days we sat and watched the good, the bad, and everything in between, and now we offer you a handy review and a cheeky critique of the GH week that was. This is going to sound unkind, cruel even, but I'm just going to out with it. Sprina is no Luke and Laura, and General Hospital should just stop trying to make it happen. And it's not that there's necessarily anything wrong with the actors themselves, but the chemistry is non-existent. As for Victor Cassadine's Charles Shaughnessy endgame, while the majority of the soap sphere was decrying the overt similarities to the one possessed by the Marvelverse's own Thanos, my DC Comics loving self was marveling, pun very much intended, at the sameness of a plot once engineered by Batman foe Ra's al Ghul, see Batman, Contagion and Batman, Legacy, and now that I think about it, Nicholas Alexander Chavez, Spencer Cassadine, sure would make one heck of a Bruce Wayne asterisk considering that she was given a terminal diagnosis and given only weeks to live months ago. Did we really need yet more manufactured obstacles for Willow, Caitlin McMullen, to overcome? Just finish this freaking storyline already, GH. Asterisk, how is it that not a single person, not even the harbor master and Slash or harbor patrol, questioned the haunted star suddenly pulling up anchor and setting off? I'm all for suspending disbelief, remember, comic fan, but come on asterisk, not that I'm complaining about a Scotty, Kin Shriner, sighting, but why did he take him of all people to connect Victor to Liesl's, Kathleen Gaddy, kidnapping? That seemed pretty doog to me. Then again, Carly, Laura Wright, Drew, Cameron Matheson, Nina, Cynthia Watrous, and Sunny, Morris Bernard aren't exactly the brain trust. That said, how delicious was Sunny sauntering up to Jocelyn, Eden McCoy, and Dex, Evan Hofer, and letting them know that he rumbled their romance ages ago.